Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today I'm back with another speed build and with another installment of the Squish. We are building a tiny house today, and this one is actually for a mad scientist. This is a build that I actually created last month. I started it over on stream over on twitch.tv/Gryphi during a charity stream I was doing for the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation to celebrate my 7 years tumor free, and I let chat have a lot of impact on the builds, and as you can see by the fact that there's a skeleton outside as well as a microscope that is massive, those are things that we're going to have to include in this build. I liked the idea once it came together that this was going to be for a mad scientist, so I did keep those. There were some other chaotic things that happened during stream that I did delete out of this build so we could finish it and put it as a actual usable space for your Sims to enjoy, and those things included 10 gnomes stacked on top of each other, a giant duck, and I think it was 10 rainbow litter boxes. So there's quite a lot that didn't make sense here, and not that a giant microscope that takes up half the house makes the most sense, but I was able to make a little sense with the storyline. So I hope you will enjoy this one. If you do and you'd like to download it, it is available on the Sims 4 gallery. You can find it under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. You can also find it under the hashtag Gryphi, and that information will also be in the description down below as well. So this is really similar to what the shape of the outside is going to be. I am going to rotate it on the lot so it's facing a different direction so it gets more sunlight on the front, and I am going to play around with the roof in the front a little bit so we can add a little bit more interior space. Basically just a lot of fiddling, so playing around with some windows and doors on the front here. I tried stacking the windows on top of this door. I wasn't really liking it in the end. I also ended up kind of moving away from the modern vibe I have going on. I still have some really big windows and the glass portions on top of that area that has the microscope, but I end up going for a little bit more of a worn down build as the idea comes together. Because at this point, I just knew it was a tiny house and it needed the telescope and the skeleton. I hadn't decided this was for a mad scientist yet. I just knew I had to include those items based on chat donations. So we were figuring it out as we went. I am now changing the wallpaper on the outside and starting to come in with some cabinets that I feel like match the aesthetic a little bit better. These ones are from Horse Ranch. I believe I'm going to change them to a blue swatch in the end. Right now they're black, but I will be changing that as I get to the full decoration. I just wanted to get a general layout. And then here I am starting to switch up some of the windows. So still big ones, but not all the way to the floor. And I actually will be later on adding some curtains over those so it feels like it's a little bit more hidden in there, that giant microscope. I don't know if I've ever used that item unless I've done, did I ever do a build of the science lab from Get to Work? I'm not sure. If I did, that's probably in there, but other than that, I don't think I've ever used the microscope item because it's so big and not many Sims would have use for it. So anyway, just changing up some of the fencing out here. I end up using a lot of werewolves as well as Horse Ranch for this build and Strangerville as well. I was kind of imagining that this Sim kind of just spirals and finds different things they want to research and basically focus all of their time on. So I have lots of posters that lead to or like are based on conspiracy theories. We have the listening station from Strangerville, obviously the microscope. I was thinking maybe they are using that to look at like samples of the plants from Strangerville. And there's just a lot of really strange stuff on this lot, and I think this would be such a fun sim to play with. Changing up some of the siding out here to add a metal element and extending the roof. I also used a bunch of these live edit fence pieces, which I think those ones are also from Horse Ranch. I just really wanted to fence off part of the yard and add a front door here that is a little bit more rustic. I didn't want this place to feel like perfect and pristine. I also added like an old dumpster out here that is covered in spray paint. We have a telescope out in the front. So we have a microscope and a telescope here, which is quite fun. I have a woodworking bench. I believe I also end up getting a like bonfire or fire pit and lots of greenery around. So we'll be finishing up the landscaping at the end of the build, but I'm just getting started with it here with some of the overgrown grass, trying to get the general vibe I was going for with this build to be pretty apparent. And there was quite a few weeks between when I started this build and when I finished it. So you might be able to tell like a more like inspired vision when we get to the inside. But right now I am grabbing a bathtub that's like all moldy and full with succulents. I thought that was a cute idea to put out front. I think that's also from Strangerville. It's just a really fun item. And then this is that bonfire I had mentioned from the werewolves pack. I thought that was really cute. Just like all sorts of random items. Like I feel like this sim is always grabbing any free items they can. And they would probably be caught dumpster diving all of the time. Maybe Eco Lifestyle would be a good world to place this lot in. I could see that. Anyway, I did get a satellite up on the roof as well as a bunch of solar panels. So just grabbing those now and then continuing on to the landscaping, adding some more greenery, lots of these low-lying plants, and playing around with the dirt too. This is just a little bit of extra landscaping I'm doing now. At the very, very end, I'm going to add so much overgrown grass. But I did add a mailbox here from the werewolves pack, and then we're heading inside to start furnishing this space fully because it just has a couple of pieces right now. This is where I changed the swatches in the kitchen to blue to match the couch that I picked out, and got this really kind of ugly tile in the kitchen. I really, really enjoy that. And then this table here is going to be where we have a TV and all of that. It's just like a filing cabinet piece from Get to Work. And then I got a ton of posters in here, a mixture of things from Strangerville and Get to Work that are all like science and conspiracy theory and alien themed. I also got the like TV from Strangerville that has the mother plant on it and lots of files and stuff everywhere. I really also enjoyed the lava lamp. I don't use that item very often, but I thought why not? That'd be kind of cute in this space. And there's a lot of like scuffs and tears and like gross liquids pouring down the walls. I feel like the sim is experimenting on things all the time, as well as probably not keeping the space the most tidy. So it's a little bit gross, and that's some of my favorite things to do in the Sims is build like gross rundown things. I love it. There's something so fun about that. So if there's anything else like this you would like to see on the channel, definitely let me know. I'd be totally down to do some more builds like this. But yeah, we have some like beakers and experiments on the counter, as well as utensils for the stove, which we don't have. We just have an oven in this space. So I guess they're utensils for like mixing things up, not for the stove. But here are those posters I had mentioned. We have some aliens and spaceships, and I think it looks really cute. I also really love this couch from Werewolves. I love how it's like patchwork and different materials. And I'm just painting the rest of the walls to be this like cabin interior that I have throughout the rest. And then starting to block off some of the windows with this sheet item, which is a curtain, but it looks like a sheet from Werewolves. So just putting that in the bedroom space as well as throughout the rest of the house and getting the bedroom figured out. For our bedside table, I actually end up using this one from Horse Ranch, and I raise a couple of different items on there in a little while. But first, we're back in the room with the microscope, and I got a bunch of these photos you can get with the microscope and kind of rotated them with Tool to make them look like they are barely hanging on the wall here, like maybe some of their favorite things they've seen. I thought that was kind of a cute idea, and then I just moved the skeleton to be over there and kind of just scooted everything over so I could fit a listening machine over in this room as well, which I thought was kind of cool. So just placing that down now and getting another poster on the wall. A couple of these, we have like a Nessie poster, and then I moved this table with the weird red thing that moves in live mode to be in the bedroom, which is a little strange, but that's where I was able to fit it. And I feel like it just helps to make this house come together. I feel like if that item like really shows the vibe I was going for. So I enjoyed that. We also have some books and canisters, and I actually put like a nail kit under here. I was like, maybe the sim is like really messy and into their science, but they're very adamant about making sure their nails are taken care of. So just a little quirky thing I thought would be fun. Maybe also because I went and got my nails done this morning. Who knows? But yeah, just getting some more decorations here, a place to hang up their coats. We have a nice mirror that's broken and covered in duct tape. Oh, the bathroom here, I'm using the shower tub combo from Strangerville. It is so gross and like thrown together with a hose. And then there's a toilet in here. There's no sink, but there is one in the kitchen, which is right outside. So I felt like that was fine. And it's pretty realistic for tiny homes anyway. I didn't want to try and cram it in. I could have made it work if I used a standing shower instead of a shower tub combo, but I really wanted to use this one from Strangerville, so I used it anyway. And then I'm just adding some towels to the wall and some other clutter around to make it look a little bit messier in here, getting some like cracks in the walls. And I believe I grabbed a bathrobe as well, and that should be it for the bathroom. And we're just going to get a couple more decorations inside before we work on the landscaping. So I get a couple of different like patents and stuff to hang on the wall over here just to fill up this space. And then I also get a couple of decorations to put under the TV because I felt like that space was not fully decorated and needed more stuff. So one thing is an actual functional TV from the dumpster. You can get that in Eco Lifestyle because the one above it just displays that picture of the plants from Strangerville. It's not actually a functioning TV. And here it is where I am placing down all of the overgrown plants and more bushes and just trying to make this space feel complete. And I think I achieved that. I had a lot of fun with this one. I wasn't sure how it was going to go coming back to it after last month, like stepping away from it after that stream. But I think it came out really cute in the end. Definitely let me know what you think of this one. And if you did like it, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more and click that bell to be notified when I upload. Thank you so very much for watching, and if you'd like to see some more builds like this, maybe in real time, I am trying to get back into the swing of streaming, so you can follow me over on twitch.tv/Gryphi, and I hope to see you all there on Sunday. So with that, we're going to be heading on into screenshots here. Thank you so very much for watching. Please enjoy those screenshots, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, everyone.